Bro, this thing's mad annoying, bro. Word two. Word two. Word two. Word two, bro. Let me see this joint. This joint. God damn. It's like this thing is mad annoying. On God, bro. On God, bro. Word two, bro. Word two. Word two. It's like this thing is mad annoying. On God, bro. God damn. Yo, what's up, y'all? Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? God damn. Why the hell is this so fucking. Yo, yeah. What's up? Peter Lander, something like that.
That shit is dead, bro. Word two, bro. Alright, man. Alright, that should be good. Yo,
What's up, Peter? Let me see that joint. Let me see that joint. How do I do? Do you speak a little? I speak French. Do you speak a little? Um, bonjour, comment hier? Yeah, I do. I do too, bro. Word two. I really do. You heard me? I really do speak a little 1 2 1 2, don't I? Yeah, stop playing with me, bro. I speak a little 1 2 1 2. You heard me? You heard me? Yeah, man. How's your day, man? How's your day? What's that thing called again? I gotta do something in here. Gotta go on kick or something like that. But what's that thing called? I speak a little 1 2 1 2. You heard me? You heard me? No, no. All right, now let's see how it is now. Let's see how it is now. Let's see how it is now. How it is now. Let's see how it is now. Do you play Roblox? Yeah, I play a little 1 2 1 2. You heard me? I play a little 1 2 1 2. You heard me? You heard me? Yeah. Um, 13 too crazy. Hey yo, follow me on Kick, bro. Follow me on Kick. Follow me on Kick, man. You heard me? I'm gonna copy this. I gotta go in here. Can you guys wait? Can you hear me? Wait, can you hear me? I play a little bit of Roblox. You feel me? You feel me? Something like, damn, bro. YouTube really be demonetizing me, bro. Word two, word two. They be demonetizing me, man. Yo, they YouTube be on my butt all day, bro. Word two, word two. I'm like, damn, YouTube. I'm like, damn, YouTube. I'm like, YouTube, chill for a second. Let me hold on. I'm like, hold on. I play a little bit of 1 2 1 2. Yes, sir. Edit title and description. Nope. Alright, let's go. I gotta fix this soon though. No cap though. I gotta fix my thing soon though. Not gonna lie. But YouTube being demonetizing me, bro. I'm like, damn, YouTube. That's how you feel, YouTube. That's how you feel, YouTube. I'm like, damn, bro. Word two. I don't think so. Nah, let's see. Change. Nope. I'm trying to find a good thumbnail though. Okay, I guess that's good. Hey, but look though. Let me see what can I do here. Select playlist. I have one person. Nope. Show more. Show more. Nope. 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 No. No, bro. Word two. Entertainment. The nigga didn't. All right, man. What should we do here today, bro? Word two. What should we do here today? I wanna know what should we do here today. I really should know what should we do here today, though. Okay, we have how many people here? How are you? I'm good, bro. How about you, though? I'm good. I'm good. Thanks you for asking. You heard me? You heard me? What should we do, bro? I really don't know what to do. I haven't been live in a little while, man. Normal? What's normal? Waking up is not normal, man. A lot of people didn't wake up today. You heard me? You're blessed, man. You're a blessed kid, man. Word two. You are very blessed. I just want you to know that. I show science speed. What the?
You know what? You know what, chat? I'll keep it as a surprise, okay? But we're doing like an experiment. I looked it up. I looked up how to do it. I looked up what you need to get, what you need to do. It's a good chat. It's a good experiment, okay? We haven't tried it yet. I don't know what's about to happen. I like chat. Chat. I don't know what's about to happen, but just know it's like that. But chat, so I like, but chat, just know it's some ISO science. Chat, trust me, bro. I know how to do hydrogen peroxide. I know the potassium. I know all of that. Carbon
Oh?
dioxide. I went to school. I
What
used to.
the hell? Damn, bro. What should we do? Feed Jeremy drill beats. What the hell? Let me see. Yo, what the hell? Word two? Oh wait, let me record this.
Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories. For this video, we cover a story that you probably never heard of. As you know,
Word?
the south side of Chicago has numerous
Word?
stories that are always talked about. Whether it's the O'Blockians, 6030ians, No Limit, or even 051. Obviously, these are grave situations that are constantly covered for a reason. But Chicago is a giant city and there are plenty of situations that are equally as bad but are never talked about. And for this video,
I gotta put on a ski mask for this one.
I've covered to date. This one is crazy, trust me. But before we get into it, let me run the intro.
Yeah. Hey. Mm-hmm. That's a dope intro, not gonna lie.
The story begins in Englewood, long known as Chicago's worst South Side neighborhood. The area is your typical low-income hood, with the average income sitting at just $22,000 a year. On top of this, it ranks
Damn, actually? Damn.
in the top 2 most violent jurisdictions in Chicago. Because of this, residents are constantly on edge and they know that something can pop off at any moment. Regardless, people from this environment are used to it, so they still enjoy fun activities in the neighborhood. The same positive things still go on here like anywhere else, just with an added sense of danger. And that takes us to April 5th, 2008. It's a nice spring day in Englewood, and everyone is happy to be outside after a brutal winter. And on this day, a family is celebrating their son's 8th grade graduation on their front lawn. Everyone is outside sharing laughs and having a great time. But then out of nowhere, 2 young men at the gathering begin arguing and start making threats. A young man who lives right next door hears the commotion and looks out his window. He sees a situation that could potentially end badly and his instincts kick in. So he instantly puts on his clothes and runs outside. The man's name is Albert Vaughn, a recent honors graduate from Julian High School. Well, Albert decides to walk into his neighbor's yard and tell everyone to relax. He even puts his arms out to separate the people arguing. And this right here is a major mistake in Chicago. The people at the party do not take well to Albert's intervention and they all begin to get in his face. So he starts backing up and walks off their property. For whatever reason, the people follow him onto the curb and they begin to surround him. So in response, Albert picks up a wooden plank and holds it up. Even though he's just protecting himself, one of the partygoers does not like this at all. This would be 27-year-old Nathaniel Tucker, a man who was arrested for 11 felonies.
Damn, he about to lose his life over, huh? Just because he told somebody to stop? That's crazy, bro. Me personally, that's crazy.
5 years. Well, Nathaniel instantly runs inside the house looking for a metal bat. As he's grabbing the bat, Chicago police coincidentally arrive to the scene. All they see is Albert holding up a plank, so they order him to put it down and turn around. As Albert turns around and puts his hands up, Nathaniel comes running out of the house. He sprints all the way up to Albert and bam!
Damn, what the fuck? Yo, my man died? Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Oh, fuck. Tragic. Tragic. My man done died, man.
Thankfully, Nathaniel was arrested at the scene. The incident devastated the community and especially the Vaughn.
Look, that's a cap. That's cap, bro. First of all, if it... Oh, nah, bro.
family. The family was proud of their son as he had graduated high school and enrolled in college. Albert's father had raised him as a stand-up man and made sure to keep him off the streets of Chicago. Well, during the weeks after the incident, the family started a foundation in his name. The Albert Vaughn Foundation would be used to bring community activities to the streets of Englewood. And this is how Albert's 3 brothers made it their mission to keep his name alive. These would be Alvin, Alex, and Robert Vaughn. Through the foundation, the brothers started a 3-on-3 basketball league to bring the community together. The league was a major success and truly created a brotherhood of friends and family. They all hung out on a daily basis and began to call themselves Goonie Boss. The idea was that everyone in the squad was their own boss, but that they were not scared to defend themselves. Essentially, they were a good group of guys just trapped in a terrible neighborhood. The original members would of course be Alex, Alvin, and Robert Vaughn. Then would be one of their close friends named Jonathan Jackson, also known as Big John. Another would be an aspiring rapper named Alonzo Williams, also known as King Englewood. Jonathan and Alonzo were best friends to the Vaughn brothers, closer than blood could be. Well, over the years, they became known as the Hustlers and Fly Guys in Englewood. While everyone else was beefing, they were just there having a great time. They stayed in their lane and made sure to never step on anyone's toes. But then came the year 2012, when a new member would come along and ruin everything. In 2011, an unexpected man began showing up to the Goonie Basketball League. This would be a local man named Romeo Blackman, also known as O-Dog. O-Dog grew up in the streets of Englewood and was always known as a feared bully in the area. So when he first showed up to the league,
he was a GD. Hey, they don't let the GDs in the door. Oh, shit.
everyone was confused. Why do you want to be here? And of course, the Vaughn brothers knew his reputation very well. However, because they're kind-hearted, they decided to look past it and give him a chance. Well, right off the bat, O-Dog and the Goonies became good friends, and they began hanging out all the time. O-Dog really took a liking to the Goonies as he saw them as the cool guys in Englewood who liked to have fun. And the Goonies found him to be a fun guy to be around as well. However, O-Dog was not the changed man that the Vaughn brothers thought. In fact, his true intentions were to turn the Goonies into a powerful gang in the streets of Englewood. O-Dog had
My man had plans. Yo, my man had health.
an obsession with power, and he was willing to do anything to get it. So essentially, joining the Goonies was his opportunity to climb the ranks and began telling everyone what to do. And by 2013, his plan came into works. He convinced the Vaughns to let him lead the Goonies, and this is how the madness started. His first step was recruiting his own members, ones that he could trust to be loyal and put in work. First, he recruited his right-hand man named DeMarco Bennett, also known as Marco. Marco happens to be King Von's first cousin. Then he recruited his own cousin named Rashad Wells, also known as Tay Boog. Next would be a man named Terrence Smith, also known as T. T and Marco were two well-known steppers in Englewood, so this was a big deal. And after them would be another two steppers named Jolicious Turman and Lil Mo. Now this right here was a squad to be reckoned with, and the Vaughns had no idea what O-Dog created. At first they had no rivals, but O-Dog still wanted all the Goonies to carry a blick. And that takes us to January 10th, 2014. It's a cold Chicago winter day, and Goonie member Big John is driving down South Racine Boulevard. As he's cruising, a Chicago police car gets behind him and hits the lights. So Big John pulls over and the officer asks to search the car. Inside the car, the officer finds a blicky, and just like that, Big John is arrested and booked into Cook County Jail. In the state of Illinois, this is a Class 4 felony, punishable by a minimum of 1 to 3 years. Of course, the Goonies were upset, but 1 to 3 years was not the end of the world. And just like that, one of the original Goonies was gone for the foreseeable future. Or maybe not. Within just 3 days, Big John was released from Cook County Jail. This surprised everyone and even made some members skeptical. Specifically, O-Dog was paranoid that Big John was a snitch. So to confirm his suspicions, he began asking fellow members what they thought. Big John's best friend named King Englewood told him to hold off and that he didn't snitch. On top of this, the Vaughn brothers all told him the same thing. There are all kinds of reasons a case can be dropped, and anyways, who did he snitch on? It made 0 sense, but O-Dog was a fiend for conflict. 1 week later, January 22nd, 2014. O-Dog texts Big John to tell him that they need to meet up and talk. So at 4 p.m., O-Dog pulls up to Big John's apartment. He then walks inside his building and meets him in the hallway. Together, they walk upstairs to his apartment, and that's when O-Dog makes a wild decision.
What the fuck? Oh, hell nah. Just like that? Just like that? Oh, shit. Yeah, that boy
the
bugging.
original Goonie Boss members. In their minds, this was completely unnecessary, especially without proof. The majority of original members were scared to speak up in fear of O-Dog. However, one original member had enough heart to speak up. This would be Big John's best friend, King Englewood. King approached O-Dog and told him that he was upset with his irrational decision. He told him that Big John was solid and that he made a terrible mistake. This was a bold decision, and O-Dog was furious. King Englewood was now on his list. March 21st, 2014. It's a Friday morning in Englewood, and King is outside on the block at 10:30 a.m. Specifically, he's hanging out in the alley a block down from Big John's apartment. Little does he know O-Dog is surfing around looking for him. O-Dog can't find him on Racine, but he knows that he's somewhere in the vicinity. At 10:40, he heads down West 70th and spots King Englewood outside. So he casually hops out of the car and walks down to the alley. He approaches King Englewood and without saying a word,
What the fuck? 2 bodies?
King Englewood
Oh,
was a
shit.
popular young man, and the whole community was hurt. Neither him or Big John had done anything to warrant what O-Dog did to them. As you would expect, the Goonies and the Vaughn brothers were not happy about what he had done. However, they knew that they were no match for O-Dog and his boys, so they had to just go along. O-Dog was truly becoming the feared leader he wanted to be, and this was a scary sight. O-Dog was destined to create a force on the south side, and nothing was gonna get in his way. His first step was officially claiming a territory, the corner of 71st and Aberdeen. This is where the Goonies could now be seen on a daily basis. The territory wasn't claimed by anyone before, but the location was a very dangerous choice. The Goonies were surrounded by vicious gangs at every angle, literally just 1 block away. Just a block down on 72nd and Aberdeen was Push Squad, a reputed BD set. Then directly across Aberdeen is the Black Pea Stones, known as Mayblock. This was a dangerous predicament, but that's why O-Dog chose it. In fact, he was eager to use any inconvenience as a reason to start a beef. During this time, if you even looked at O-Dog for too long, he considered you an op. Well, in early October, O-Dog went to the club with a couple of Goonies. At the club, the Goonies were partying, looking to have a great time like they usually do. But O-Dog was in there for the sole purpose of finding a reason to get on anyone. Long story short, O-Dog got what he was looking for. He got into an argument with a reputed Inglewood set. This would be Chunky City, a reputed set located 15 blocks west of the Goonies. For most people, this would be a forgotten incident, but for O-Dog, it was a reason to start a beef. And just like that, the Goonies had their first ops, and Chunky City wasn't even aware. October 23rd, 2014.
God damn!
It's a regular Thursday afternoon in Englewood, and the Goonies are hanging out with O-Dog.
Two bodies in October is crazy.
A new member named Quante Hughes, and he's eager for him to put in work. So at 6 p.m., O-Dog tells Quante about a section that he got into it with in the past weekend. He tells him that Chunky City members disrespected him and that he needs to make a statement. So Quante feels his anger and volunteers to slide. 7:20 p.m. O-Dog, Quante, and Terrence Smith hop in a Dodge Caravan and head to Chunky City. They put on their masks and gloves and begin circling the area. As they head up 72nd, they notice a man standing on the block. So instantly, O-Dog tells Quante to stop the car and let's go. They then open the doors of the van and O-Dog and Terrence hop out. The man starts running, but the Goonies eventually catch up.
What the fuck? Damn. 4 bodies in October is crazy, bro. 4 bodies in October is crazy.
Directly after doing this, O-Dog and Terrence sprint back to the car and they drive away. As the Goonies are taking off, they notice a cop car behind them. They all figure they're screwed, but O-Dog tells them to calm down. He instructs Quante to speed up and make a left at the next corner. He then tells him to stop the car and for everyone to sprint in different directions. O-Dog and Terrence run between the houses and Quante takes off down the street. When the police catch up, all they see is Quante running away. They eventually catch up and Quante is arrested. O-Dog and Terrence were somehow able to make it home on foot without leaving a trace. O-Dog was nervous that Quante would snitch, but he never did such a thing. After such a close call, you'd expect the guys to lay low and reconsider what they're doing. But no, O-Dog was a sick-minded individual and this amped him up even more. In fact, just a month later, Terrence
We need to get his ass locked up, bro.
and O-Dog would slide again. While targeting a Chunky City member, the duo would accidentally hit a 25-year-old woman named Crystal Jackson.
Damn, 4.
The terrible incident sparked major outrage in the community and caused everyone to start hating O-Dog. Even the Goonie members were disgusted by what he had done. Specifically, Alex and Alvin Vaughn could not believe what the Goonies turned into. This right here is very pivotal in the story, but we're not quite there yet. In the meantime, we focus on the Goonies' next rivalry. Right down the street happened to be Push Squad, a reputable BD set. When the Goonies claimed the territory right next door, Push Squad was not too thrilled. And as you know, hearing about this is enough to set off O-Dog. December 13th, 2015, 9:45 a.m. O-Dog hops in a silver Chrysler with Marco Bennett in the passenger seat. They slide around the Push Squad area, just a block away from where they reside. On the corner of 72nd and May, they spot a member named Smiley. O-Dog instantly tells Marco to hop out. So Marco hops out and runs across the street.
Damn.
Marco runs back to the car and
Oh,
O-Dog
fuck.
speeds off. He heads north for 5 minutes until a Chicago police car gets behind him. He stays calm until the police turn on their lights, and then he takes off. Once he gets some distance, he makes a right on 51st and tells Marco to hop out. Marco runs inside the nearest building and runs up the stairs. He realizes there's nowhere to go, so he throws his blicky out of the window into the backyard. He then runs back downstairs where he's surrounded by Chicago police. Just like that, Marco is arrested for evading police, and only that. And for O-Dog, he was able to get away after a short pursuit. Now you may be wondering how he got away, but this will explain it. O-Dog was only pulled over for not using a turn signal. The officer had no clue about the incident on 72nd, So that's why police gave up on the pursuit. It simply was not worth it. And police only tied Marco to the incident once they discovered the blicky in the backyard. On top of this, a witness would come forward and identify Marco as the one who did it. And just like that, he was cooked.
Damn,
Once
bruh.
again, O-Dog got lucky. He started this for absolutely zero reason, only because he felt disrespected. And now he was the primary rival of Push Squad. They wanted him gone right away. So for the next few months, Push Squad members searched and searched for O-Dog. They targeted him on several occasions, but he survived each one. The rivalry was on, and O-Dog was not playing fair. January 15th, 2016. It's a freezing cold morning in Englewood, and O-Dog and a fellow member are searching for rivals. Together, they're looking for Push Squad members they can find around 72nd. They check back a few times, but they can't find anyone outside. Well, at this same time, a young man named Devon Horace is on his way to 72nd in May to pick up a girl. Devon is known as D-Money, and he's from a section that has nothing to do with Goonie politics. Well, at 11:15, D-Money arrives on May Street and double parks and puts on his blinkers. As he's waiting for the girl to come outside, O-Dog and Tay Boog are driving up the street. They notice the car double parked and they get suspicious. So O-Dog double parks at the end of the street and hops out with Tay Boog. They walk towards D-Money's car and he notices them approaching. So he instantly opens his door and that's when things go left. O-Dog sadly unleashes.
God damn. This nigga have no heart.
O-Dog and Tay
This
Boog
nigga had, what's up, Ski? This nigga got no heart, bro. Nigga straight up killing innocents, bro. Nigga should have did his research, bro. Word 2. This nigga just killing just for fun, bro. He think them niggas gonna respawn or some shit. What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? Nigga just said, oh, you looked at me? Come here, bitch. Pop, pop. Oh, fuck, no. Yeah, this nigga's bugging, bro. He's bugging. Word 2. Yo, we need that nigga in jail, bro. ASAP. Judge, don't let that nigga out, bro.
away and get away.
Yo, 300 years, bro.
Everyone was shocked, and once D-Money's hood found out what it was about, they were not too thrilled. They were now added to the list of O-Dog haters. D-Money was a popular figure in their hood, so much so that they changed their name from Tay-Town to D-Town. Once Push Squad found out about the story, they reached out to D-Town and decided to join together. This was bad news for O-Dog and the Goonies. March 15th, 2016.
Goddamn!
A Goonie member
Yo, ain't no way, bro.
Food from the market on 69th and Ray.
Bro, was it even been a month?
Factor for
Bro, is it? Oh, this nigga slides every month and every day. Yeah, this nigga's bugging, bro. He's
the
bugging.
Goonies. He's simply just a close
He's
friend of
bugging, bro.
Devon's. Regardless, his associations make him a big target for the rivals. Well, at 7:30 p.m., he grabs his food and walks out of the store. And right there are two men with masks.
What the fuck?
This was
Yo, what the fuck?
Goonie Boss's first loss on paper, and when O-Dog found out, he was furious. At this point, O-Dog was disappointed that none of the Goonies were sliding on their own. For most members, this is because they didn't understand what they were sliding for. No one had ever done anything to them, but now the Goonie members had a reason to be upset. Specifically, a member named Christian Civils was upset, especially because he was close friends with Cuzzy. And for this reason, he had his eyes set on revenge on D-Town. So instantly, he began spinning around looking for D-Town members. And finally, he was able to get a drop. May 21st, 2016. Christian Civils gets word that a D-Town member is hanging out not too far from Goonie territory. Specifically, he gets word that Duke from D-Town is hanging out in Crazyville. So at 7:30 p.m., Christian heads to Crazyville looking for Duke. At 7:44, he drives down 70th and notices Duke standing outside a music video. Christian knows that there's too many people outside for him to hop out, so he makes another decision. He simply rolls down his window and bang.
God damn it. God damn it.
5 days later, O-Dog would do the same. Except this time, he was looking for Push Squad. May 26, 2016.
5 days, bro. Yo, oh shit.
5 p.m.
Oh,
It's a
fuck
Thursday
no.
afternoon in Englewood, and
What
a
the
Push Squad
fuck?
member is getting his hair cut. On the south side of Chicago, barbershops are some of the most dangerous places one can be. This is because ops can accidentally meet there, but also because you're sitting in the same spot for over an hour. While the push squad member happens to be getting his hair cut at Powell's, a local barbershop on 63rd and May. As he's walking in the shop, a man walking out recognizes him as a push squad member. The man, who's a friend of O-Dog, texts him about what he had seen. Instantly, O-Dog leaves his house and hops in his gray Chrysler. He arrives 10 minutes later and double parks outside of the barbershop. And this is when he makes a truly devastating decision. From outside the barbershop, he simply unleashes.
Come on! This nigga's bugging! Yeah, he never getting back up, bro. My man is never gonna get back up. Oh shit, it was nice knowing you, dumbass nigga. That would not play.
After doing this, he hops back in his car and drives straight to Alvin Vaughn's apartment. He tells Alvin that he caught a push squad member and to check the news. As they check the news several hours later, they realize that Gerald Cius was not the intended target. Alvin and Alex Vaughn are sick to their stomachs, but for whatever reason, O-Dog simply does not care. This infuriates Alex and Alvin, inching them one step closer to their breaking point. However, we're still not quite there yet. Sadly, O-Dog's madness would continue. After this wild act, O-Dog decides to take a break from the streets of Chicago. He decides to visit family in a small Illinois town just 2 hours south of Chicago. Particularly, he visits his distant cousin named Gerald Bumper, also known as Goldie. Goldie was born in Englewood, but his family moved to the small town of Streator to escape the madness. If you're unfamiliar, which you are, Streator is a small country town where nothing happens. This is where Goldie was raised from elementary through high school, surrounded by nothing but farmers and small town living.
Don't tell me he's gonna kill his cousin, bro. Don't tell me he's gonna kill his cousin, bro. Word 2.
2015, O-Dog had poisoned his mind and recruited him to help out the Goonies. Because he wasn't in the streets, Goldie could legally purchase blickies under the radar. Essentially, O-Dog used him to get blickies as he'd pay him over retail. This is how business was conducted for over a year. Well, then came the summer of 2016 when O-Dog was flat out broke and could no longer afford to buy them. This was a problem, but O-Dog would always come up with a solution. He contacted Goldie and pitched him on the idea of hitting a lick in Streator. Hitting the same store where Goldie used to buy the blickies. Well, Goldie agreed and the plan was on. O-Dog and 2 Goonie members drive down to Streator. June 21st, 2016, 10:30 p.m. O-Dog and 2 Goonies drive from Streator to the small town of Spring Valley. There, they look around for unattended cars to steal. At 10:40, O-Dog spots a black Jeep Wrangler at a gas station. He tells the Goonies to drop him off and to meet him at the blicky store. So he hops out of the car and jumps in the Jeep. He quietly pulls off and hits the freeway back to Streator. At 11:25, everyone arrives at South Post Gunsmithing. O-Dog then backs the Jeep in front of the doors. He tells the members to stand clear as he puts the car in reverse and slams on the gas. He breaks through the front door and they all run inside with their bags. After 5 minutes, they all hop in O-Dog's Chrysler and drive back to Chicago. Somehow they were able to get away with this. However, over the next week, O-Dog became extremely paranoid. He trusted his 2 Goonies to stay solid if they ever got arrested. But for Goldie, he was sure that he would snitch because he's not from the streets. For this reason, O-Dog refused to drive Goldie back to Streator. O-Dog was a paranoid man and he needed to keep his eyes on him at all times. And finally, after 8 days, O-Dog could no longer handle the anxiety. On June 30th, Goldie was found in an Englewood back alley.
God damn it! He killed his own cousin. What the fuck? Nigga killed his own cousin. Oh shit. Yeah. No, fuck no. That nigga said he gave his cousin 8 days, bro. 8 fucking days. He killed his own cousin. Oh shit.
O-Dog truly reached a new low with this one. His own family who did absolutely nothing wrong to him. When Alex Vaughn heard about this, he was sick to his stomach once again. O-Dog had zero impulse control and you simply never knew who was next. On this day, the Vaughn brothers first considered turning him into police. O-Dog no longer had any friends who trust him. Instead, just a bunch of dudes who are too scared to ever confront him. And that takes us to the next day. On June 31st, 2016, Robert Vaughn was found inside his car in Englewood.
What the fuck? Oh, hell nah, bro. What the fuck? This nigga's bugging. What's up? What's up, him on VR? Yo, he's bugging. He killed his own cousin. Oh, shit.
This was another devastating loss to the Vaughn family, and finally it was their last straw. As a result of this, Alex Vaughn was completely distraught and he needed to take out his anger. So he decided to go to a local shooting range and let out some stress. Somehow he forgot he was a felon and this is an illegal activity. So after showing the range his ID, they were forced to call 911 and have him arrested. At this point, Alex is thinking that the universe is simply unfair. To lose another brother and then get locked up for something silly, oh my goodness. All while O-Dog is outside destroying the universe and never facing any consequences. So after being arrested, Alex makes a very bold decision. He decides to tell police every single thing O-Dog has ever done. He even tells them how Goonie Boss started and all of the little details. He shows them the Facebook pages of all of the members and all of the self-incriminating posts. Essentially, he tells them the entire story of Goonie Boss, how they were initially peaceful and then how O-Dog ruined everything. This was extremely bold and Chicago police had never seen
Hey, I don't blame him, man. He was never a street nigga, man. You heard me? You heard me? But his ass bugging.
anything like
He's... shit.
before. Alex Vaughn single-handedly built a major RICO case on Goonie Boss. On October 26, 2018, 5 Goonie Boss members were indicted. 10 homicides in total, 9 of which done by O-Dog himself.
Nigga killed 9 people.
Upon his indictment, O-Dog was facing a total of 875 years.
Lock him up!
This, many people in Chicago consider O-Dog the worst that the streets have ever seen. Chicago police even admit this themselves. In fact, they even conducted a study of when O-Dog was in Chicago versus out of town. What they found out is that the crime rate in Englewood plummeted when O-Dog was out of town. That's how absolutely insane this man was. It's truly a blessing that Alex Vaughn had the courage to take him down in court. As of today, a total of 23 members have either been convicted or are still fighting in court. What will happen, who knows, but it's safe to say that these are some of the worst GDs in Chicago history. And to everyone out there, let this be a lesson that who you hang around can definitely change your life. If it wasn't for O-Dog, many of the original Goonie Boss members would have lived completely different lives. And on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Swamp Stories. And if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Peace!
What the fuck? Nigga killed his own... Ooh, Zopan! Zopan!
Zopan.
Yo, what the nigga killed his own cousin, bro. Yeah, this nigga's bugging, bro. Word 2. Oh, shit. Nigga killed his own cousin. No, let me change the... Let me see something real quick. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Let me see something real quick. You heard me? That boy bugging, bro. He killed his own cousin. Yeah, I can't do that one. Can't do that one. Hold on, let me do something real quick, y'all boys. Let me do something real quick.
Pound, one of the most...
Oh, I'm stupid. me see something real quick. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Let me see something real quick. Is it that one? Let me see something real quick. Yeah, let me see something real quick. Hey yo, if you guys watching this, go follow me on Instagram, bro. Come on, man. Go show some love on Instagram. Go show me some love on Instagram. Go show me some love on Instagram. Let me see that joint. Hold on, let me do something real quick. No, bro. Word two. Nah, bro. Hey, yo, go follow me on Instagram, y'all boys. Hold on, I'm back now. I think I'm supposed to be back. That boy crazy, bro. He killed his own cousin. It's crazy, bro. Alright, we back.
Most feared operations in American history. A story of guys who came from the roughest circumstances and created a dominant money-making machine. In this video, you'll see how they infiltrated the music industry and had major rappers shaking in their boots. Zoe Pound is a story that has never gotten the major coverage that you think it would. But that ends today. Welcome to Swamp Stories. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. You can also follow the Instagram page as well. So let's get into it.
Damn, boy.
It begins in Haiti, a small country located 800 miles south of Florida. Haiti is an extremely prideful country, proud of their rebellion and overtaking the French rule. But
hey, no cap though.
Haiti has had its fair share of problems.
No cap though.
In fact, it's been the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere since the 19th.
No.
Pound, one of the most
No cap though.
in American history. A story of guys who came from the roughest circumstances and created a dominant money-making machine. In this video, you'll see how they infiltrated the music industry and had
no cap though.
shaking in their boots. Zoe
no cap though.
That has never gotten the major coverage that you think it would. But that ends today. Welcome to Swamp Stories. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. You can also follow the Instagram page as well. So let's get into it. The story begins in Haiti, a small country located 800 miles south of Florida. Haiti is an extremely prideful country, proud of their rebellion and overtaking the French rule. But unfortunately, Haiti has had its fair share of problems as well. In fact, it's been the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere since the 1960s. Sadly, over 80% of the population lives below the poverty line.
Damn.
In the 60s and 70s, many Haitians began fleeing the country. Some went to France and Quebec, but the vast majority settled in the nearest city they could. Welcome to Miami, Florida, the biggest hotspot for Haitians. Dade County welcomed over 200,000 Haitian immigrants by the 1980s, but two areas in particular had the largest population. First, you have Lemon City, which is now known as Little Haiti, and second is Carroll City, located northwest of Miami proper. These were two of the most affordable areas in South Florida, but they were also some of the roughest. By many accounts, life was really difficult for Haitian families early on. Firstly, the parents spoke no English, which made finding employment pretty difficult. And most importantly, the teenagers were bullied for their accents at school. For teenagers in Little Haiti, they attended Edison High, probably one of the roughest schools in Dade County. Here, they faced off with local sections like the Sap Boys, who often pushed them around. So eventually, the Haitian teenagers got together and started the Sable Boys. At first, it was all about unity and protection at school and in the neighborhood. The Sable Boys were started by a man named Jimmy Casimir, also known as Macazo. Mac was fierce, tough, and not scared of a single soul. So within a month, over a dozen Sable Boys joined his side. Quickly, the Sable Boys versus Sap Boys rivalry took over Little Haiti. Well, the same phenomenon was taking place at Carroll City High School, another rough place to be. There, a young man named Ali Adam, also known as Zoe, got all of his community together. He knew that without protection, the Haitians were toast in the rough streets of Carroll City. So therefore, he started the Carroll City Haitians, also known as CCH. Ali Adam was tough as nails, from the same cloth as Macazo. Well, after high school was done, they both wanted to make some money. Ali Adam and Macazo both had crazy ambition, just went about it in completely different ways. We start off with Ali's life in Carroll City. This guy was highly intelligent and truly wanted to build wealth for him and those around him. So early on, Ali got heavily involved in the game, if you know what I mean. He was able to stack up a good amount of money over the first few years, but his goal was to eventually get out of this life and become a legitimate businessman. To do this, he made sure to keep as low-key as possible and to work his side hustles as well. But Ali Adam was not the only one getting money. Macazo was getting money as well, except he was wild and reckless. Mac was no businessman. Instead, he loved hitting licks with his crew. So the Sable Boys became known as the slimiest crew in Miami. So for this reason, Ali Adam always stayed away from Macazo. He knew that they could either set him up or bring the wrong attention to his organization. But then came the summer of 1990. Year that changed everything. For whatever reason, the Sap Boys believed that Ali Adam had taken sides with Macazo. This was not true. Regardless, this is what they believed. July 6th, 1990. The Sap Boys gear up and take a trip to Carroll City. They pull up to CCH's infamous block on 27th, and there they spot multiple members hanging outside. Thankfully, everyone was okay, but regardless, Ali Adam was definitely pissed. He had done his best to avoid this nonsense, but now he knew that he needed to gear up. So the next day, he did something that he never thought he would do. He called up Macazo and asked for a meeting. Macazo was excited and accepted it on the spot. So the next day, Ali Adam and his trusted associates pulled up to Macazo's headquarters. During the meeting, Ali explained the situation and why he needed Macazo's help. Well, long story short, they came to an agreement to join together as one. Ali was the brains and moneymaker, and Macazo was the cold enforcer. It was the perfect yin-yang.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Damn! That shit lit. That boy lit.
Situation with all of the grounds covered. Now all they needed was a name, which took a while to find. Finally, in 1993, a top member named Chubb came up with a name. While all of the members were hanging out, a song by the Dog Pound came on the radio. Randomly, Chubb yelled out, "F the Dog Pound, this is the Zoe Pound." Zoe is a Creole word for bone, which represents toughness and strength. All of the members instantly loved it, and it officially became their new name. Welcome to the Zoe Pound. Now let me explain how they operated. Instead of a color, the Zoe Pound only represent the Haitian flag. This way, police could never identify them or see them as suspicious. On top of this, hand signals and Zoe Pound tattoos were not allowed. All of this makes Zoe Pound members hard to identify from regular civilians. And this worked in their favor because for a long time, they remained under the radar. All of this while being the most dangerous in the whole state of Florida. And I'm not just saying that because the numbers back it up. The Sap Boys versus Zoe Pound rivalry got really deep. Between May of 1995 and August of 1996, Miami police believe that Zoe Pound claimed the lives of 40 Sap Boys members. And on August 5th of 1995, Ali and Macazo were arrested for 18 of these bodies. However, after lack of evidence, the charges were dropped. The Sap Boys were never heard of after 1996, so the Zoe Pound would move on to their next chapter. After Ali and Macazo no longer—
What the fuck? Them boys took down a whole game. Oh shit. They took down a whole game. What the fuck? Yeah, that boy's crazy, cuz.
each other, they kind of went their separate ways. After Ali and Makazo no longer needed each other, they kind of went their separate ways. So let's start off with Makazo. Mac had no interest in spending money to make money. Instead, he wanted to go from 0 to $1 million, pretty much taking for free and selling for whatever. But Mac was no dummy. In fact, his operations were pretty intricate. So let me explain what he did. Since the 1980s, the port of Haiti became the stopping point for ships between Colombia and Miami. And if you know anything about what can be shipped from Colombia to Miami, then you know what I'm talking about. Well, when these ships were filled with you-know-what, the Colombians would tip off the Haitian port workers to let them pass. So because of this, the workers knew what ships were containing what and when they were arriving in Miami. Well, by this time, the Zo pound had spread to Haiti. Hope you know where I'm going with this. Makazo was able to get Zo Pound members to work at the port, so the workers would inform Makazo anytime a dirty ship was coming to shore. March 4th, 1997. Makazo gets a call from a Zo Pound member in Haiti who brings him big news. A large cargo ship called the L'Arche Dende will arrive in Miami tomorrow night, and the ship contains over $6 million worth of you-know-what. Makazo gets excited and immediately calls up 4 fellow members. Together, they spend the night drawing up a game plan of how they'll jack the ship. To clear the way, they made sure to pay off the guard on duty at the Miami port. The next day, March 5th, 1997, 11 p.m., the L'Arche Dende approaches the port and the Zo Pound members are ready to pounce. As soon as it docks, the 5 members run onto the ship. They direct all of the crew members to the cabin and tie them up. Then Makazo tells them to direct him to the hidden goods. While all of this is happening, one man is unaccounted for. This would be the captain of the ship, who Makazo completely forgot about. The captain jumps off the ship and swims to the shore. He then alerts Miami police to what's going down. 1 a.m. 20 police cars arrive and surround the ship. Makazo and his 4 members surrender and are taken in. This is it. Major federal charges are on the way. Or maybe not. Because the L'Arche Dende didn't want to be investigated, they told police that it was all a misunderstanding. Makazo and his crew were instantly released and the L'Arche Dende was never investigated. Because he got away with this, Makazo wanted to try again. July 13th, 1997. Makazo gets another call from the port of Haiti. A major ship called the Vanderpool Express is on its way to the port of Miami. It comes in the same night as the call, so Makazo has no time to plan. And sadly, this would lead to a disaster. On the morning of July 14th, 1997, 4 Vanderpool Express crew members lost their lives. Somehow, Makazo's charges were dropped again. However, he would be arrested for another similar case a month later, and after a long trial, Makazo and his fellow members received life sentences. These incidents gave Zo Pound a terrible reputation and actually had further consequences. It ruined all of the business that Ali Adam was conducting. So by 1999, Ali retired from the lifestyle and chose a different path. He used his leftover cash to buy businesses all over the Miami area. This included a Subway in Miami Lakes and an entire strip mall in Miami Gardens. In fact, the FBI estimates that his net worth was $11 million, which was a lot of money in 1999. But this lifestyle was slow and honestly boring for Ali. It simply couldn't compare to the excitement of being a Zo Pound leader. So that's when Ali Adam came up with his new master plan. He launched the House of Fire, Miami's newest record label. At the time, New Orleans had Cash Money, Houston had Rap-A-Lot, and Atlanta had So So Def. But Miami didn't have a real presence in the rap game, and that's where Ali wanted to come in. The only problem was that Miami was short on talent, so the industry was not paying attention to House of Fire. This got under Ali's skin, so he resorted to another way to do it. He decided that when any rapper came to Miami, they better check in with Zo Pound. The first person to check in was Birdman and his whole Cash Money crew. In fact, Ali Adam and Birdman developed a strong relationship over 2001. The story goes that Birdman lost a $50,000 dice game to some Zo Pound members, and instead of making Birdman pay up, Ali Adam spotted him $50,000. And this kind gesture is ultimately how Zo Pound locked in with Cash Money. But Ali Adam's good deed was not without an expected return. He expected the major artists he protected expected to do features for his up-and-coming artists. It was kind of like a very friendly way of extorting the industry. And if an artist ever disagreed, he had to go against the whole Zoe Pound. Well, that takes us to the year 2004. For those of you old enough to remember, a Houston rapper named Lil Flip was on top of the game. With major hits like Sunshine and Game Over, Lil Flip was the rapper that everyone wanted to book. Well, in 2003, Ali Adam had booked Lil Flip for $10,000. And just a year later, Lil Flip was charging $75,000. But for Ali, Flip offered to do the show for $60,000. So they agreed on the booking, and Ali put posters all over the city. Everyone was excited that Lil Flip was coming to town, and it was a great look for Ali's promotions. Well, overnight the show sold out, but then things would go left. The night before the show, Ali gets a call from Lil Flip's management. They tell him that Lil Flip will not be able to make the show. At this point, Ali had already sent over the $20,000 deposit. So Lil Flip's management tells him that they'll return the $20,000. Ali Adam was pissed, and he told the management that he needs $50,000 for the inconvenience. Lil Flip's manager would not pay the fee, and he ended up hanging up the call. Ooh, this got his blood boiling. No one had ever disrespected him like this before. So Ali called him right back and gave him his final warning. You either pay me the money or Zoe Pound will get rid of Lil Flip. Lil Flip's team was not scared, and they hung up the phone. This was bad news for Lil Flip, and he had no idea who he had pissed off. Zoe Pound had officially put a target on Lil Flip's back, and somehow word got around to a boss named Jimmy Henchman. This guy has long been a well-respected mogul in the music industry, but he also had close ties to Zoe Pound, and he knew that Lil Flip would not fare well in this situation. So Jimmy instantly called up Jay Prince, the so-called King of Houston. Jay Prince owned the label that Lil Flip was signed to, so he had every interest to mend the relationship.
Damn.
So Jay Prince called up Ali Adam and told him that Lil Flip would send the $50,000. Ali was happy, but then he waited even longer. He never got the $50,000 from Lil Flip. So a month later, he called up Lil Flip and asked him what's the deal. Lil Flip then offered to send him $22,000. Ali hung up the phone and went to his last resort. 2 weeks later, Ali receives inside information that Lil Flip is coming to Miami. He learns that he has an overnight recording session with the famous producer Scott Storch. Storch's studio happens to be located in North Miami, right next to Little Haiti. Well, it takes Lil Flip leaves the airport in a 2004 Maserati. He arrives to the studio at midnight, and that's where 4 Zoe Pound members are waiting for him. They wait across the street all night until he comes out. 4 a.m. Lil Flip leaves the studio and walks to his Maserati. But right there are the Zoe Pound members. They take Lil Flip and put him in their car. Then they bring him to the White House where Ali is waiting for him. He tells Flip that he needs his $50,000. Flip has no choice but to agree, so he follows the orders. This was an industry secret until Zoe Pound came out with a book in 2020. That was 2004, and now we're in 2005, a year that changed the hip-hop scene forever.
What the hell?
Until Zoe Pound came out with a book in 2020. This was an industry secret until Zoe Pound came out with a book in 2020.
Let me see.
This was
The Haitians that took over the streets and muscled the hip-hop industry, the untold.
an industry secret until Zoe Pound came out with a book in 2020. That was 2004, and now we're in 2005, a year that changed the hip-hop scene forever.
Damn.
In September of 2005, New Orleans was hit with Hurricane Katrina, which wiped out most of the city. This included the Cash Money estate in New Orleans East. So immediately, the entire Cash Money moved their operations to Miami, including Lil Wayne. As we know, Cash Money had a great relationship with the Zoe Pound, so the transition was easy. But as soon as they got to town, Ali Adam was already expecting favors. He wanted to push his new artist Basil Knight, and he asked Lil Wayne to give him a feature to jumpstart his career. The first time he asked, Lil Wayne said he was too busy and to call him back in a couple of weeks. The second time, Lil Wayne told him that he's not in Miami. And the third time, Lil Wayne allegedly hung up the phone. Ali was pissed at Lil Wayne and accused him of chumping a gangster. But due to his respect for Birdman, Ali gave Lil Wayne one more chance. A year later in 2006. Lil Wayne is getting a tattoo at the Hit Factory in Miami. Somehow, Ali gets word of his location and decides to pull up. So an hour later, Ali and his crew walk in the studio. Ali says, "What's up, Lil D?" to which Wayne responds, "What's up?" Lil Wayne already knows what he's there for, so he tells him to pass him the CD. He then puts the CD into the studio sound system and gives it a listen. Midway through the track, Lil Wayne pauses it. "Tell your boy to step up his game if he wants to mess with me." Ali is pissed, but tries to offer an alternative situation. He asks Wayne if he can invite Basil to the studio and teach him how to rap. Wayne shakes his head and says, "I don't have time for this." Ali does not appreciate this, so he walks up to Wayne and snatches the diamond chains off his neck. He then tells Wayne that he has 24 hours to leave Miami or else the whole Zoe Pound will go against him. Wayne scoffs at him and Ali leaves the studio. Lil Wayne had 24 hours to leave Miami, but he didn't go anywhere. Over the next 48 hours, the Cash Money tour bus was hit up 67 times.
Damn, bro.
Lil Wayne had 24 hours to leave Miami, but he didn't go anywhere. Over the next 48 hours, the Cash Money tour bus was hit up 67 times. And 2 days later, Lil Wayne's Rolls Royce Phantom was sent to flames. Zoe Pound was not playing, and the music...
Damn. Yo, who's calling me? Bruh.
Industry needed to stop this. Music moguls like Russell Simmons even tried to intervene, but it was unsuccessful. The beef was really on, Cash Money versus Zoe Pound. This lasted for a short while until one man came back around. Jimmy Henchman was the only person who could get through to Ali, so he flew down to Miami to have a meeting. He was able to make a deal with Ali, and here's what it was. Lil Wayne had to shout out Zoe Pound on future songs and hand over $180,000 to Ali. For some reason, I don't believe the second part, but that's what Zoe Pound says. Well, the deal went through and Lil Wayne and Ali met up at DJ Khaled's party. Wayne even signed his rapper Briscoe to make things right. As you can see in this clip, Zoe Pound has been showing love to Jimmy Henchman ever since. And for Lil Wayne, he's shouted out Zoe Pound on multiple songs. If you know what the songs are, let me know in the comments. Well, long story short, Zoe Pound has extorted the music industry for years, and there's probably stories that we'll never know. This whole time, police could never seem to take them down. However, all of that would change in 2007. September 1st, 2007. Here we are in Lee County, located in southwest Florida. Yuck. For those who don't know, this is the Fresno of Florida. Or no, maybe that would be the Panhandle.
Damn.
Either way, this place is gross. Well, on this day, 4 Zoe Pound members are set to complete a transaction with 3 Lee County men. So early in the morning, they take the long drive down I-75 to Bonita Springs. At 3 p.m., the Zoe Pound members arrive at a beautiful home on Esplanade Street. There, the members are greeted by 3 men, Scott Highfill, Robert Barkley, and Willard Graham. These 3 men are shiesty, with long records dating back to the 1980s. But the Zoes don't know that. They think that this will be a successful transaction. So off of their usual guard, the Zoe Pound members take their product inside. For 10 minutes, they wait for the cash, but nothing is coming their way. Instead, the 3 men rush them out of the house. Clearly, the men have no idea who they're messing with because Zoe Pound is not the people to do this to. So after chasing them away, the 3 men are feeling good. Well, the 4 Zoe Pound members drive back to Miami to gear up. They inform their boss of what happened and he gives them the green light to head back. September 2nd, 2007. The Zopound members head back to Bonita Springs looking for the men. They arrive in the afternoon and wait outside their house until the men appear. And that's when they make their decision.
Damn! Stop playing with them boys!
The Zopound members head back to Miami, but forgot to clean up their evidence. So within the next 2 days, one of the men fled to Haiti. This would be Wesnell Isaac, one of the FBI's top 10 most wanted men of 2007. Eventually, they found him in Haiti and all 4 men were arrested. 2 of them became confidential informants, which is something that's pretty common in Florida. Well, the informants eventually led to the takedown of Ali Adam. In 2009, he got 30 years for racketeering. This was a major blow to Zopound, but of course the next generation would step up. However, these days they keep an extremely low profile, so nobody knows what they have going on. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of
God damn it.
Swamp Stories. If you enjoyed the video,
Yeah, that shit was good. It was good. It was good. Boosie. Oh shit, that shit was good. That shit was dope. Not gonna lie, that shit was dope.
welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories.
Let me see.
Hip hop, this Ali Zo Adam, man, aka Zopound Representative, aka the Cloth, CLOTH, the Cloth, 305, man. I'm from Dade County, man.
What the hell? Bro, I really don't like picking up my phone, bro.